Yeah, thank you, Harald, and thank you, Jürgen, for the context. It's actually very relevant for what I'm going to talk about. It's really exciting to work in mobile these days. And the reason is there's so much innovation potential. And if you thought we've seen a lot already, I believe we're just scratching the surface. And it's really simple to explain why. Could, could someone maybe tap the slides? Okay, thanks. Okay. It's with adoption of more and more sensors to the smartphone ecosystem, it allows for the for the development of breakthrough applications and user interface functionality. And you know from your smartphones a lot of sensors already, whether it's touch camera, GPS, gyroscope, or whatever. There's a lot more you can connect to your phone. And it's very simple. You just take Bluetooth, wireless LAN, near-field communication, or even UMTS, and suddenly you can connect medical monitors or gesture monitors. Or what Harald said, the quadcopter from Parrot, you can steer it with your phone. Or if you don't know what that means, you can go downstairs. The guys from Sinne Schrader, they've connected a foosball table to a smartphone. And these are all examples for sensors that you can connect to smartphones. The next one are actors. Actors are already in your smartphone. You have the display, you have vibration, you have sound, but again, via Bluetooth, near-field communication, or what other technology, you can connect many, many, many more actors. For example, your TV, your hi-fi, you're probably doing that already. You can connect your home appliance in the future, but you can also connect medical instruments like an insulin pump, or you can connect to cars or locks. For example, many rental cars or car sharing companies do that already. You book your car via your smartphone and you get closer to the car and the car unlocks and you just enter, you open the door, you grab the key from the glove compartment and you start driving. And why is it possible? Because the car knows that it's you who's coming. Because the smartphone is very, very personal. You don't lend your smartphone to anybody else. And if needed, you can identify yourself via PIN, via password, via email, and even if it's very secure, you can use your fingerprint, you can use biometric data. So it's very personal and you can be identified. The fourth thing is the connection to the service, and that is the gateway to the internet. You can obviously connect to social media, you can connect to financial services, you can connect to all kinds of data banks, but also, for the very first time, every individual, every one of you can access server farms, infinite computing power and infinite amount of storage. And all this is nothing really new yet, because phones already had sensors, already had actors and had connection to the internet. But what is rather new is that we have finally a way to connect all these different elements of the ecosystem, and that's the app. And with the app, we have suddenly an enormous amount of potential possible for us. And if you think, if you think about the amount of sensors that are available to us, the amount of actors that are around, and the almost infinite amount of services that are at our hands, and you have the app in the middle, you can start to imagine how many combinations are possible, and that, that we really have a lot of innovation in front of us. But let me give you an example. This is Runtastic. It's an app that tracks your sports activities like cycling, like running. And what it does, it has a GPS sensor that tracks where you are and calculates how fast you are going, how much distance you have covered, and then calculates how much calories you have burned. On the output side, you have the display. It tells you exactly the data. And you also have sound. For example, it tells you every 15 minutes that 15 minutes have passed, that you have covered so and so many kilometers, and that you're going such an average speed. It is connected to to a map that you can track where you've been running or cycling, and you can upload the whole thing to Facebook and Twitter and inform your friends. So far, so standard, really. But they've taken it a step further. They've connected a pulse monitor and a weighing scale. And combined with your personal data, for example, age, height, weight, and maybe the objective as of why you're practicing, It's really powerful. It's really powerful information. And let's, and so it's already a good app. But let's take this game and extend it. And by extending, I mean we're just taking some sensors, some new actors, some new services, and extend the business model. And this is actually your blueprint for your business, and you can play it yourself. You can map your business onto this graph and just add sensors, actors, and services and extend your business model. But let's give it a try. So, since you all have this information, since Runtastic is measuring your pulse, why not add an emergency service in case there is no pulse anymore, that Runtastic sends an emergency call to the ambulance or to emergency room and sends an ambulance to where you are, because it knows where you are, it has GPS. You could connect a glucose monitor to this app, and if your blood sugar drops below a certain level, your mobile insulin pump injects the right dosage of insulin into your body. A lot of information is available, and you can compare it to many, many other people in this ecosystem. So why doesn't the service make recommendations as of how to train more effectively? Maybe it's not useful to practice a 5th or 6th time for the marathon per week, but maybe you just could practice more effectively. And maybe effectively doesn't mean to run faster. Maybe it would mean to stay below a certain heart rate. And then the audio system would automatically tell you, hey, Jens, go slower, you're above a certain heart rate. It may also tell you that more running is not, doesn't lead to where you want to be, but maybe that you have to stretch, that you may have to lift some weights. And then you have a problem because this virtual trainer cannot control you. So you could connect Kinect, for example. Kinect is Microsoft's motion sensor, and it could control whether you are stretching correctly in front of the TV, or whether, lifting weights like this, doesn't really help you and even hurts your back. It could correct you. Going a little bit further, in a time when we use our smartphones as a mechanism to pay, you could send your grocery list over to Runtastic, and Runtastic in return would tell you, hey, you tell me you want to lose weight? Don't buy so much chocolate. Or you want to run a marathon, you shouldn't buy these groceries, you should buy these and these products. Do you get these deals, hot deals from Groupon sometimes? To me, they're often not that relevant yet. But imagine taking the information from Runtastic, sending them over to Groupon, and then Groupon would be able to make the hot deals really relevant. For example, they would be able to tell you there's an offer for running shoes that are specifically designed for people that run long distances on hard surfaces. For example, for a street marathon runner like you. And this is really just an example, and I hope you can apply to your own business model. Just take it as a game, take the sensors, the actors, and the services that you have in your mobile business, sketch them out, and just add to it, and you'll have you have your way of innovating it. And I think Harald gave all the nice pictures. I hope I gave you some structure of how to do it. And if you understand the level of innovation that is possible, and then think about what the PC has done to our life and to the world, and then a few years later, what the internet has done, has connected hundreds of millions of people. And then if you think about how much innovation potential is in the mobile industry, and at the same time you combine it with the fact that this year more smartphones are being sold in the world than PCs, I think you all would agree that we have a huge game changer at our hand. So I hope you can apply this. I hope it is helpful. Thank you.
Hold on a second, you're really amazing because he really made it in time, so this is the moment where you get our heart. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being with us.